Morning. We are in nowhere, nada. Got a hike here we're gonna visit, and there's some real scenic views coming up. We're gonna see what there's to see over here. Never been on this road, but I feel like while we're on this road, I might as well film, and while I film, I might as well chat with you. So today we're gonna talk about something that a viewer recommended that I talk about. He said that he came off his bikes the other day and he lost a lot of his confidence crash, and he wants to know, how can you get your confidence back after coming off your bike? And I feel like for once maybe have enough experience with crashing and wrecking my bikes that I can actually talk about this one with some level of confidence. These are my experiences. Your mileage may vary, but here's maybe me talking through what I went through will help you out. So I feel like the only time where I lost confidence in a wreck was the very first serious motorcycle wreck that I had been in, and that one wasn't even really my fault. I was I was in Idaho, and kind of in the mountains riding, and I was coming along a blind corner, and up ahead of me there was a Subaru WRX that was coming on the opposite direction, and he was in my lane. So his car kind of peeks around the corner and he's way in my lane, and I'm going pretty fast too, so I guess probably it was partly my fault. But if he hadn't been in my lane, there would be no issue. So I had a choice of whether to crash into the car or crash into the embankment, kind of like this. So I put my bike in the ditch, and I busted up my bike pretty good. I got somewhat concussed, but no serious injuries. And I looked the bike over. The fairings all messed up. The lights were all binged. There's a lot of broken stuff, but the bike was rideable. So I rode my bike home. And on the ride home, of course I want a broken bike, so I'm going to ride it differently, but 50 minutes prior, I was, going through the mountains like crazy. And, oh, this is our turn. I don't want traffic. Look at all these cars. It's Golden Week. Well, at least it'll be easier to talk. Yeah, on that ride home, I just felt like it was the very first time I'd been on a bike, and I was afraid, like the first time you ride a bike, you're like, well, you feel like you're gonna fall over sometimes in the corners, like all of those feelings surfaced again. And then I guess it made me more careful, and it made me do a lot of research of about what could I have done. And so like I said, that wasn't completely my fault. Some of it was out of my control, but like there was some measure of responsibility was on me on that crash, and I wanted to feel like, okay, so how can I fix this? Let's get out of this tunnel before we start talking some more. I hate tunnel vlogs. That's what's going on. Sounds good though. Oh god, Golden Week. Somebody! Okay, here's the end of that tunnel. Blue GoPro effect, and then normal. Okay, so yeah, so I did my research. And I basically researched my confidence back. I went on Reddit afterwards, and I asked some questions, some stupid and some really newbie questions now that I go back and I look at the thread that I'd made before. I had a hard time like just trusting my bike after that happened. And then since then, motorcycling has been just like a huge part of my life since then. So since then, every other crash that I've come off, I feel like quitting isn't an option. So I feel like get back on the bike, or just end your life. 車多くない？車多くない？ That was at the beginning of my riding career, and the person who asked me, I don't know how long they've been riding, but you know, after you get comfortable and you learn your bike and you learn what it can do and what you can do, and you know, I've never learned this bike's capability, you know, maximum capabilities, but I know I have a pretty damn good understanding of how fast I want to go and how fast I can be and stay in control of this bike. So I just stay within my limits, and yeah, like I said, giving up wasn't really an option. So it's basically after a crash, it's just like, well, there's no use in putting it off. Just get back on and try to iron out whatever it was you messed up. Also, another thing, I've had several crashes, but I've had a lot more close calls. I think everybody does, but close calls, you should treat them as learning experiences. So treat every accident and close call as a learning experience. And also, I spent a lot of time on YouTube watching bike crashes, bike crash compilations. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this river. I think this is what we went to see. Wow. I gotta take some drone footage here. That's beautiful. Let's take a. Ah no, I can't block the road. You could always come back. Look at that clear water. I just say, just use your mistakes as learning experiences and use other mistakes as learning experiences. You know, I feel like when you get in a crash and you don't know why it happened, you feel like you lose control of the situation, and that's what makes you lose your confidence. If you crash and you know why you crashed, you feel like, okay, I can fix that, and then you can get back on your bike and you can feel more confident. Definitely they're going to charge you for parking over here. We gotta park the bike somewhere for sure. Check this out. I'm gonna be cheap and just try to leave my bike somewhere. But I don't. Yeah, this is not. This is free parking. Okay, so that was beautiful, but I couldn't fly the drone here because I wasn't getting a great satellite signal, and the cable that I connect my controller to the phone with was not giving me a good connection. So I'm gonna save this for another day. That sucks. What a great weather and everything for this right now. Yeah, so I guess what it comes down to is just research your uneasiness out of it, and then for me also, like for off-road too, because I've been hurt off-road a few times. Especially what happens is I'll go and let's say I get hurt doing this hill climb or something. I nurse my wounds, and then I just practice. Like I just find a good place that has kind of the same skill requirement, but maybe a little bit easier place, and I just drill, like up and down the same hill lots of times. And then finally, when I feel comfortable with that, I try to go back to the place where I hurt myself and do it again, just so I can get the idea that any idea of uneasiness out of my eyes, out of my mind. So if you're on a street bike, you crash in a corner, I would say just go back to that place and just gradually just go back and do it faster and you know, start slow, but just go faster and faster. There's no, by the way, there's no need to be like a speed racer. You know, you don't, unless you're actually in a race. There's no, you know, as long as you're having fun, then you're doing it right. So there's no need to be going around a corner like at 200 kilometers an hour. That being said, wow, look at that. Just go back to where you crashed, start slow, and then just do that same corner 10, 15 times. Just go back, 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 go a little bit faster each time until you're at a pace where you like. And you know, as soon as you do it and you don't crash, every time that you do it and you don't crash, your confidence is going to go up. But just practice your uneasiness out of it, and research your uneasiness out of it. Make sure that you know why you crashed and how not to do it again. Learn from your mistakes, learn from others' mistakes. Also, knowing too that and you should just trust your bike as well. Just knowing, you know, as long as your bike is in good mechanical condition, as long as you've got good tires on, your bike is gonna probably outperform you. The bike will lean lower than you think it will. The bike will stop faster than you think it will. The bike will do everything better than you think it will. So just trust the bike. And especially like when you're in a corner too, like it's better to commit to the corner and to just say, you know, okay, I'm just gonna go for it and keep the throttle on. Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hands, 'cause I can't do this on my own. I'm letting go. And to keep that rear traction, than it is to decide that you don't like what you're doing halfway through the corner and change your mind, and that's when you're gonna have a crash. So just commit to the bike, commit to the corner, commit to what you're gonna do. As soon as you lose your confidence, you know, and it's dangerous to lose your confidence because if you don't have confidence, that's where a lot of your accidents are gonna come from anyways. So anyways, I hope that helped. To me, it sounded just like a bunch of rambling, but what are your experiences? So just let's open this up to the comment section. Have you ever crashed your bike? How did you feel about it afterwards, and how long did it take you to get back to your old self on your bike? See you guys. Jesus, take the wheel.